This video was brought to you by GamersGate.com. Download games anytime, anywhere. Skip it up and that up. Well, shit. This is interesting. An anonymous developer source, or multiple sources, have said that the PS4 really is 50% faster than the Xbox One. Not on paper, not just in theory. It really is. Let me explain. Memory reads on PlayStation 4 are 40 to 50% faster than Xbox One, and the arithmetic logic unit, ALU for short, on Sony's graphics card is also said to be twice as fast as the Xbox One. Here is a real-world example this anonymous quote-unquote source is given. A current multi-platform title that's coming out for the PS4 and Xbox One can run at a resolution of 1920 by 1080 at 30 frames per second on the PlayStation 4. But that same title on the Xbox One, the frame rate will drop to 20-something frames per second at a lower resolution of 1600 by 900. The developer goes on record to say the Xbox One is weaker and it's a pain to use the ES RAM. Now we all know that Microsoft overclocked the CPU recently from 1.6 gigahertz to 1.75 gigahertz in the Xbox One before they started manufacturing it. Now we'll get to if I believe this or not in a second, but if this anonymous source is true and the Xbox One is really in real-world performance with a title they're actually working on showing much poorer performance than the PS4, will it actually matter in the long run? Will it matter politically? Will Microsoft, start, sanctioning companies if they make crappier ports of games for the Xbox One? Will we ever see the difference between a multi-plat between the PS4 and Xbox One? I mean, we kind of saw it this generation with the PS3 and Xbox 360, more so in the beginning. Multi-plats now are pretty much identical on both the PS3 and 360. But I don't know. I mean, will we actually, if this is true, will we actually benefit from the performance boost that now, if this is true, developers are saying, hey, it's a real thing. It's not just on paper. This isn't just something that Sony's pulling out of their ass. This is real world performance. Will we actually see it, or will Microsoft, be throwing money at people to sweep it under the rug so multi-plats are identical? The second thing is, do I think this is true? I just can't, like I've said before, picture Microsoft letting there be that much of a performance gap. I mean, look, let me let you in on a news flash, and you guys are smart, so I'm sure you realize it already. Microsoft and Sony know what each other are doing. I'm sure that Microsoft knew what GPU and what processor was going in the PS4, and I'm sure vice versa. I just can't picture them letting there be such a performance gap in the PS4 and Xbox One that the same multi-plat game can't even run at full HD on the Xbox One, and it can run at full HD at 30 frames per second on the PS4. It's just making me scratch my head. I can't picture them allowing that to happen. But who knows at this point? I mean, I'm still going to stand by the fact that I don't really think there's going to be that much of a difference or any difference at all between the PS4 and Xbox One. But if this holds true, damn. I mean, it's not really going to hurt the Xbox One. But in the long run, if this is true, it could. Okay, because developers 5 or 6, look, both Sony and Microsoft are saying this is going to be a 10-year run. I've said that before. This is going to be the main. There's not like there's going to be a next-gen console. These are going to be the consoles for the next decade, especially when these consoles start getting long in the tooth 8 to 10 years down the line. That little extra horsepower, or according to this dev, this significant quote-unquote amount of extra horsepower in the PS4, if this is true, could really help the PlayStation 4 later in its life. But I don't know, man. If you had to ask me to say if this is BS or not, like I just said a couple minutes ago, I still am going to call it BS because, like I said, you could say whatever you want to about Microsoft. They have done some ass backwards things with the Xbox One launch, but they also aren't idiots, and I cannot picture them being stupid enough to make there be that much of a gap in performance. But maybe they did. Damn if they did, though. Holy shit. It's not a good thing if they let the PS4 be that much more powerful than their next gen console. But anyway, so what's your take on this? Do you believe that these quote-unquote anonymous developers are speaking the truth and the PS4 really is that much more powerful than the Xbox One? Or do you still feel it's a pile of crap and there isn't that much difference in between these two next-gen consoles? Make sure you leave your thoughts in the comments section below. Make sure to rate, comment, favorite, and subscribe. And as always, thank you for supporting Review Tech USA. Have a good one.